morning and didn't think anything special of her.
Alan remembers his first win on Surround.
It was a 900-metre race. She drew barrier 17, extreme outside of the field. She began very, very quickly. I'm inside 1 furlong. She's on the fence and leading, and she won very, very comfortably. She was sort of an immature little filly that showed a bit of potential. Like she had won at Caulfield, and Sandown win, a bit disappointing, but she was probably a little bit shin sore or something on the day when Trixie Lass, I think, just beat her. She just beat Trixie Lass, and I was very disappointed in the run because I thought she'd win by 100 yards. And she had to really fight to win, you know, and she won. So Jeff's got a habit of taking immature type horses to Queensland because over the winter it just works wonders on them.
Then Murphy brought her back and gave her that now well-documented barrier trial at Cranbourne. Before that barrier trial, we had another filly in the stable called Savoir. And Savoir was probably the unluckiest 3-year-old, been around for a long, long time because she had Surround as a stablemate. But on that particular day, I rode Savoir in an earlier trial, and she trialled particularly well and won the trial. And then the following trial, I rode Surround, and like I said, I just thought she was a handy filly, good filly. And never, ever in my life, anywhere even till today, have I ever rode a horse that has won anything any easier. She just stepped out. She never got out of first gear. She won the barrier trial in unbelievably easy fashion, and all of a sudden I woke. There's something special underneath me. After that trial, she won at Moonee Valley before lining up in the Ascot Vale Stakes against the country's best 3-year-olds. Does Jeff Murphy recall at what odds Surround started that day?
Yes, I do. She was 12 to 1. Because I remember saying to Higgins, he rode Cummings as he was 7 to 4 on, walking around the mounting yard, and I said, hey, come here. So what? I said, have a good look at her backside because that's all you'll see of it. And he goes, you're just smart, mate. You know? And that's what exactly happened. That's all he ever did see of it, too.
At her next start, she took on the colts again in the Moonee Valley Stakes.
Remember it very well. Moonee Valley Stakes was run at Sandown Park that year. But Savoir, as I said before, she was very unlucky. Savoir was an exceptionally good filly. But Surround was just far superior, and it was just, at no stage of the race was Surround ever going to lose.
700 metres, Jasper Bellotta leads a half Duke Ellington. 1 length for Great Lover in first place, followed by Dublin Express, 3 deep is Zelensky. A length to Elton on the inside of Salamander, then Keegan, Royal Fusilier, Woodley Fair, and then comes Fashion Bow. The skeleton beat from Sir Saab, and behind them Hickory Hollis and Hyatt. Into the home straight and up the rise of the Derby and Jasper Bellotta, taken on by the stablemate Great Lover, who's drawn to the lead. 2 lengths away, third is Duke Ellington, and then Elton on the fence from Salamander, Sir Saab, and Keegan, Fashion Bow a long way back, but Great Lover, this striking-looking chestnut, the leader, more than a length on Jasper Bellotta, and then comes Elton running home with Salamander, but Great Lover's holding his rivals. It's going to be an easy Derby win for Great Lover, and Great Lover has beaten his stablemate Jasper Bellotta. Third home Elton, then Salamander, first half, Fashion Bow, Duke Ellington over hit, then Hyatt, Keegan failed to run a mile and a half from Royal Fusilier, then came Hickory Hollis, Woodley Fair, behind them Auricular, the skeleton, Lord Lex, Dublin Express, and last home Zelensky. And the winner of the 1976 AJC Derby was Great Lover, ridden by Kevin Langby.
Langby's off on Tyrus Bulba at the 900. He allowed the big horse to stride clear, and Tyrus Bulba opened up a break of 4 lengths on Tyrus Region, 2 lengths away. Measure and Current Issue together. About 3 then to Prickly Heat, followed by Tomedes. Tom's Mate flat to the boards, losing ground. Northbridge Lad easing off the rail to miss his heels. Billy Butter in trouble. He got a bad check. Billy Butter, then On Your Mark, followed by Battle Heights, Chevrolet, and then Golden Black Participator, Like a Tiger, Grey Affair, Lazy Pat as they come to the corner. On the bend, 400 metres out, and Tyrus Bulba is giving a ton of cheek at the top of the home stretch and turned for home clear by more than a length to his half-brother Tyrus Regent. About 2 lengths away, Measure. Northbridge Lad on the outside is running on. Old Battle Heights is getting a split in the centre, followed by Participator. Tyrus Regent and Tyrus Bulba battling it out, but here comes Battle Heights. Battle Heights on the outside, swoop to the lead. Battle Heights got clear about 80 metres out. Participator running on doggedly with Golden Black, but Battle Heights, that's the most popular win in the race. Battle Heights by more than a length to Participator. Ahead away third, Golden Black. Fourth, Tyrus Regent. Then Tyrus Bulba. Northbridge Lad couldn't stay the 2600 from Grey Affair. Truck Eye was never in it. Then Like a Tiger, Chevrolet, Billy Butter got knocked down in the middle stages. Then Lazy Pat, Measure, On Your Mark, Grand Scale, Special Test, Wellback, Current Issue. Tom's Mate third last, second to lose.
He's racing now. Jumped away in a pretty good line. Great Lover, one of the first out with Romantic Dream and Chester Bellotta. Bernard now heading them all off, racing around the outside of the field as they settle down into stride. A great battle up the hill. Bernard ridden for dear life, led from Unaware and Aquadora.
I was happy to run in the Caulfield Guineas. I'm a bit sorry she wasn't in the Derby. But in the Caulfield Guineas, I remember Surround cut back a fair way in the race. As we're coming towards the home turn, I remember, I think I was running 6th or 7th or 8th, you know, I was back sort of midfield or worse. And just up in front of me, the horse called Family of Man. It was a very good horse. And two things went through my mind in the Caulfield Guineas. One was as we came round the home turn and the old Guineas stand there at Caulfield, I heard over the course broadcasters, which you can hear in races, most jockeys can tell you do hear odd things, and I heard the course broadcaster say, "And here comes Family of Man." And a thought went through my mind, which I'll never forget, you better have a look about 2 lengths behind him, because I've got him well beat.
On the turn now with 400 to go. And the leader, Bernard. On the outside, Wise Drawer, and here's Family of Man moving up to grab them in a stride. Family of Man dashed to the lead, Surrounds out after it quickly. They're followed by Unaware. Romantic Dreams not in the race. At the 200, Surround and Family of Man are the 2 leaders. The filly's taken the lead, Surround. Unaware's battling on from Great Lover, but this mighty filly, Surround, striding away from them. And Surround's going to win the Caulfield Guineas by 2.5 lengths. Family of Man second.
And then the Premier Wait for Age race of Australia.
Off and racing this time, and now Winnie was the first out from Battle Heights, allowed to drop out to last on, settling down and getting out quickly as Man singing down the middle of the track, going fast as Kiwi Cannon, Golden Black, and from the outside is Larnege. And look at How Now coming across from the outside. By golly, that's a great bit of riding, and How Now's going to get the box seat and gets the plaudits of the crowd going out of the straight. Now Winnie is being sooled along to lead, going out of the home straight. It's visitors Will Black, so too is my good Royal Dell, and last of all is Galena Boy. On top of the hill now, and they've got about 1,200 to run, and the leader was Now Winnie, about 1.5 lengths to Happy Union. A half further back is How Now. 1.5 lengths further back is Man Sing on the inside. On its outside and going forward is Larnasian. Shift Mar is making a run. They're followed by Kiwi Can. There's a bit of a shuffle up there. They're followed by My Good Man. In behind them came Golden Black at that juncture. Suleiman's got a big job in front. Visitor starting a run around the outside of the field. Battle Heights is well back, dropping towards the tail is Galena Boy, and doing nothing at that stage as they run down the side. And there's about 12 to 15 lengths between them. Wave King has dropped out to last at the 600-metre mark, and Now Winnie being sooled along is about 2 lengths in front of How Now. 1.5 lengths further back in the field is Happy Union. They're followed by Man Sing around the outside of the field, and just behind them, then losing ground on the fence is Mercleur as they start the run around the turn, and Denise's Joy is coming into the picture, and Vanderham is about 8 wide. They've turned the corner, and How Now has gone to the lead. It's How Now at the 300-metre mark. How Now by 2.5 lengths to Golden Black. Vanderham down the outside, and they're followed by Now Winnie. Battle Heights over on the inside with Mercleur, but How Now is the leader at the 100-metre mark. Finishing well as Vanderham down the outside, but How Now's got the Caulfield Cup won, and it's How Now first. Battle Heights second, third Vanderham, fourth Mercleur, fifth then Golden Black, then Now Winnie. Happy Union followed by My Royal Dell. Well back is Galena Boy, followed by Suleiman, Never Raised a Hope. Denise's Joy stopped as if shot. They're followed by My Good Man. Then came Visit, followed by Shift Mar. Well back as Man Sing, and the last 3 to come in are Wave King, Kiwi Can, and
And then the Premier Wait for Age race of Australasia, the WS Cox Plate. But a sad note, as for the first time, Trevina was separated from the filly because he couldn't make the weight. Peter Cook got the ride.
I'll never forget it, because I know Peter pretty well, we're good friends. And just before the race, Peter was watching a race in Sydney, and one of the horses he was riding had just won. He said, "Oh, God, I should have been over there, you know, riding that." And I said, "No, you win the Cox Plate on this filly." Well, no filly in history had ever won the Cox Plate, and still hasn't to this day. And that particular day, she did win the Cox Plate. She did run a race record. I was extremely proud of her. And something no other horse is ever going to do. They might have broke a record, but I'll never run it on another day in the total eclipse of the sun.
Racing now. Jumped away very well. Great Lover, one of the first out with Unaware and Northbridge Lad, and perhaps being ridden early with the whip. Surround began brilliantly and is going to head them all off and go to the rails.
No man alive today or ever could have rode her a better race than Peter Cook. Absolutely brilliant ride. I mentioned to Peter before the race that you think she's asleep in the barrier, but don't take notice of that, because she'll just touch her, she'll begin, you know, but just sit there, think she's asleep, she'll begin first. She always did. Bring it out of the boxes. I said, when you wanted to go, don't have to hit it with a whip, just pull the whip on and show it to her. That's all you have to do. And I think if I remember rightly, about 500 metres from home, the Cox Plate, she's making ground on the fence. Peter is running up on the rails, terrific ride. Pulled the whip on and showed her the whip, ping out, she went outside the leader home.
Up the side with 600 metres to go. It's Unaware, a half to Elton, a half to Purple Patch. One to Surround on the fence, a half Tara's Bulba, he's gone. How now commencing her run, and then perhaps followed behind those horses then on the inside by Northbridge Lad from Better Draw. Unaware booted away at the 400, 2 lengths to Surround out after him. It's coming at him quickly, and they were followed by Purple Patch, and next is How Now. Surround raced to Unaware. The 3-year-olds look to have it between them from Better Draw. Surround put her head in front as they straightened from Unaware under the whip, and then Better Draw, How Now and Kiwi Can. But Surround, the mighty champion, is striding right away. The mighty champion is striding right away, and Surround's won it by 3 lengths. Second placing to Unaware. Better Draw third, a head in front of How Now. Then Purple Patch, Kiwi Can. Next was perhaps followed on the outside Battle Heights. Elton behind it, and they were followed by Happy Union. Well back is Tara's Bulba, Great Lover, and Northbridge Lad last.
All over on the inside, got out very fast with Family of Man. Unaware began brilliantly, and Ashbar did just that. It dropped back to the tail of the field, but Cherish Me got in its road. Running to the judge's box the first time. Unaware went to the lead now. From up on the outside, Chasta Bellotta, a length and a half to Family of Man. They're followed by Great Lover fourth as they swing out of the straight, and they're followed by In Pursuit on the inside of Fashion Bow. Salamander is out deep. They're followed by Front Royal. Salamander's going right around the outside as I speak, followed by Paper Chips on the race out front here on Chasta Bellotta. It's about a length in front of Elton, who's got up fast. Salamander third, fourth Unaware. It's enjoyed the box seat run. 2 lengths to Great Lover and Family of Man. They're followed by Accumulator. Up on the outside, In Pursuit, a length and a half to Fashion Bow. They're followed by Ashbar, moving up on the outside of Front Royal. Further back in the field, Paper Chips, followed by Major Till. A long way back then as opposition, followed by Marco's Marble, Dear Boy, as they make the run around the home turn now with 600 metres to go. And Chasta Bellotta is the first around the home turn. He settled down for the run home now out in front. In second place again, Aware down the outside, Salamander, followed by Family of Man, Great Lover. In Pursuit, pulled to the outside, followed by Eldon. Ashbar won't run a drum, I don't think. At the 300-metre mark, and Chasta Bellotta, the leader, drifted away from the rails. Family of Man is getting up there. Unaware pulled out to make its run. So is Salamander, and In Pursuit, a line of 5 with 100 metres to go. Family of Man on the inside. Coming up on the outside, Salamander, and Unaware in the middle. 3 of them fighting it out. Family of Man on the inside. Got his head in front. They get the line. Oh, I don't know. Oh, the one in the middle, Unaware, I reckon. Unaware by a nose to Family of Man, and nose away Salamander, a half length away fourth In Pursuit. They're followed by Fashion Bow, Chasta Bellotta, then Major Till, followed by Elton Ashbar. Can't be the same horse. Then Great Lover, opposition. Well back in the field, Paper Chips, and they're followed by Accumulator. By golly, Chasta Bellotta got very tired. Then Dear Boy, and the last couple, Marco's Marvel and Front Royal.
The 1976 Victoria Derby, our Blue Ribbon Classic, will go down on record as being one of the most incredible finishes and the most exciting in the history of the race itself. The winner from South Australia, Unaware, by Without Fear, a horse that's taken all before him out of a great New Zealand mare called Tipjoint. Unaware, trained by Colin Hayes, owned by Mr. N. Thyssen. Unaware today stamped himself as a great racehorse in a very thrilling and bulldog finish.
Reckless. In his early career, he raced 33 times without success and was called the professional maiden. But today, he is remembered as the people's horse. After winning his first race at Flemington as a 5-year-old over 2,500 metres in October 1975, he was given a long spell and returned to win at Flemington in August 1976 over 1,600 metres. His first major success was in the Hotham Handicap on Derby Day of that year.
200 to go, and Summer Hay coasted up the Reckless. Reckless just in front. Stocker pulled the whip on Summer Hay. Reckless won't give in. I think it might hang on. Reckless just in front, and it's outstayed Summer Hay to win by a neck. 5 lengths.
It was one of the wettest cups on record. The stewards even postponed the start of the race because of the rain, and it was thought it may not even be run. How did these people know beforehand that the Flemington lawns would be transformed into swimming pools?
Melbourne Cup 2, And a roar from the crowd down there the inside. Kythera, one of the first to get going. It will be one of the leaders. Golden Black got out very, very quickly, and also Phoenician as well as Galena Boy, and coming down the centre of the track is Taminga, whilst Clear Day got out brilliantly on the outside, perhaps as well up there, and so too is Summer Hay, and Participator on the extreme outside with Van der Hum and Grand Scale dropping in behind them, and their ghost-like figures. It looks like a compliment from South Africa coming down towards the 400 metres mark the first time, where Current Issue on the inside is the leader. Moving up on the outside, going up is Jur, and just in behind them on the fence came Galena Boy, and they're followed by Summer Hay, then Taminga on the outside. Happy Union, it looks to be. Happy Union's got around the outside to go to the front now from Participator on the fence, then going well as Current Issue. They're followed by Galena Boy on the inside of Taminga as they run along the back section of the track, and making up ground then is a Golden Black. He's in a good posse, and so is Grand Scale on the outside. 2 lengths further back is Tara's Region, and they're followed by Clear Day, then Suleiman. A length and a half further back in the field. Going around them now is Fair Warning from a long way back, and so too is Captain Perry. Perhaps is back there with them. By golly, some of these back in the field are fair dinkum slogging it out as they run down the side now, and they've got about 850 metres left to go. Happy Union, and Summer Hay has moved up on the outside, and here comes Golden Black. It looks to be him in the black colours around the outside. I think it's him as they run down past the 650 metre mark, where Summer Hay has moved up on the outside to tackle Happy Union for the lead, and coming around them it looks to be, could be anything. Van der Hum is one of them there too, but they're all black around the home turn now. If you can pick these, you're a freak. Where Happy Union on the inside is one of the leaders from Summer Hay in the middle. Don't know what it is down the extreme outside. Is completely black. It could be perhaps, and they're followed at the head of the others by Golden Black, and Reckless is coming home well. Never seen a race like this in my life. Happy Union is still the leader. Down the outside, Van der Hum. And what's this one? Reckless. It could be right down the extreme outside, and Golden Black too. Reckless on the Van der Hum now is joined in, and Van der Hum shortly afterwards takes the lead at the 100 metre mark. Van der Hum is holding Golden Black at bay, and Van der Hum is going to win the Cup. Van der Hum's got on to win from Golden Black. A photo for third, give it a Kythera. They're followed by Reckless, and behind them Happy Union. Well back in the field in Tara's Region, and they're followed by Mercleur. Then came Demerara, followed by Summer Hay, Fair Warning. Well back is Galena Boy, followed by Battle Heights, Never In It. Then Grand Scale, followed by Captain Perry. Then came perhaps Clear Day, followed by My Royal Dell. Well back in the field then is Kilmont. Next to last is Suleiman. With it is Taminga.
Came to the home turn, and Van der Hum starting to make a run. It's impossible almost to pick these horses out into the straight. Happy Union's just in front of Summer Hay. Reckless the outside, and I think it's Golden Black moving up on the outside to tackle them. Van der Hum is starting to run on, and then Tara's Region. It's Happy Union in front of the 400 from Summer Hay, and Reckless coming down the outside now. It's Van der Hum. Van der Hum and Golden Black out after the leaders. Van der Hum's moved up now with Golden Black, and they're fighting the Cup out. Van der Hum's taken a narrow lead from Golden Black, Reckless and Happy Union, and there it's 100 to go. It's Van der Hum in front in the Melbourne Cup. The Mudlarks got it won, and Van der Hum draws away to win a length and a half to Golden Black.
Van der Hum was ridden by veteran New Zealand jockey Bob Skelton, whose mother would be hard put to recognise him until he grew.
Won it by 3 lengths.
Surround made it 8 wins on end, with a win in the VRC Oaks at her next start.
Around them to take the lead, and Savoy led at the 400 from Snow Mist and Red Rebecca. Then came Surround going out after it from In Pursuit, and of Two Cities running on well. It's Savoy at the 200, a length and a half to Surround, who's under pressure. Then came Of Two Cities. It's Savoy tackled by Surround. She might still be too good. Surround moved up the stablemates together. Surround has taken the lead. And this mighty filly's got her 8th win in succession, staring at her. And Surround comes away to win 2.5 lengths to Savoy.
She was then spelled in prep.
When you get beaten.
Back Montax, and then So Fine. On the turn, Chasta Bellotta nearly a length to Savoy under pressure, who drifted off the track, and Family of Man's got the split. Chasta Bellotta in front with Family of Man out after it. Savoy's gone, and then Montax. Family of Man sprinted to the lead with 100 metres to go, and the Australian Derby's over. Family of Man coming away from Chasta Bellotta. So Fine running on out wide from Montax. As they get near the line, Family of Man's won at a length and a quarter, Chasta Bellotta.
Less than
another thing you cannot describe to anybody. I've never ridden one like. I've ridden some very good horses since Surround. I rode very good horses before Surround, even champion horses, but she was extra special to me because she was my horse.
Now Trevina says go. The filly moves up to the mare. Surround put her head in front, and here it is. 9 in a row now for Surround. She's coming away, and the mighty filly won at 1 1/4 to how now. 2.5.
The story starts.
Trevina has to look over his shoulder, sees Shane Walk making a run. He still hasn't let Surround go. She's a half length to Shane Walk. Ashbar pulling out from Grand Supreme. Now Trevina shakes Surround up. She shot away 2 in front. In second place, Shane Walk, and then Ashbar. But here it is, 10 in a row. What can you say about the Carpet Kid Surround? She's walked in. 3 lengths in front now. Ashbar and Shane Walk battle it out for the minors.
Throughout the Heston wins on end with her first up win in the CF4 and then the Blamey Stakes. Her amazing sequence of wins ended like this.
Her winning run has ended. Bonfield shot away from Surround and Bold Mayo and then Toy Show. And Bonfield's going on to win 1.5 lengths to Surround.
Alan didn't ride her well. He didn't. He rode her badly, and he was starting to get a bit, not getting the jitters a bit about her getting beaten. He said, oh, I hope it doesn't get beaten. I said, it won't get beaten, just, you know, and he was starting to lose a bit of confidence. And because that day he rode her shocking, you know, and because she didn't win.
To them, I rode Surround a perfect race in the Futurity. But in my mind, I reckon I rode a terrible race. Now, Bonfield came from last, a very ordinary horse, Bonfield, a handy horse, Bonfield, not ordinary, handy horse. He come round the field, Mick Gorham rode him, come round the field from last and killed me. Now, if it had been Surround a 25 to 1 chance in the Futurity Stakes, I wouldn't have been riding him in the box seat. I wouldn't have been running the third or whatever it was, fourth, sitting there and like having him ready to win, straighting him home. I would have been second last. I think it was only about 9 runners, something like that. I would have been 8th. Just in front of Bonfield, I might have been 9th, following. As he went round the field, I would have went round with him, and I've got no doubt in my mind, Surround would have won the Futurity Stakes. But the pressure had got to all of us that I was afraid to ride her what people thought was a bad race, but which I knew, and only I knew, would have been the way to ride her. Bloody cowards lay out.
After a fourth in the Australian Cup, she dead heated in the ALISTER Clark Stakes at Moonee Valley, and then less than 3 months after his Derby win, Family of Man sprinted brilliantly, breaking the 1,400-metre record at Flemington in the presence of Queen Elizabeth. Remember the filly that Family of Man dead heated with as a 2-year-old? Well, they were at it again, this time at Moonee Valley.
Into the straight they race, and Desirable and the Weenie Surround and Family of Man trying to peg them back, but Desirable and the Weenie fighting it out. Family of Man's doing better than anything with Surround. Family of Man got to the leaders with Surround. Family of Man took the lead, and Family of Man just in front. It's close.
This time they dead heated. Family of Man's 4-year-old career was...
In the year that he won the Golden Slipper, I rode a little horse called Blazing Saddles, whom I'd won the Blue Diamond on, and also the Black Opal. And we went into that race thinking we had a good chance, and I'd hit the front about 200 metres out that day. And I think my best memory of Luskin Star was at around about the 150 to 200 metre mark. There was a shadow went past me. I thought I was in slow motion. I've never seen a 2-year-old finish a race off like that. That was an incredible performance.
Blazing Saddles, one of the first out, and Luskin Star began very well, so did Pacific Prince. Red Cat beaten for early pace, and so is Bowles S. Naisco, and King of the Stars a fair way back. Blazing Saddles is going to lead them, and Mistress Anne's gone up on the outside of him and now takes over. And after about 300 metres, it's Mistress Anne a length and a half to Blazing Saddles, a half to Mondiso, close up King's Frolic out wide. Luskin Star's right there in the middle. On the rails, Pacific Prince a length further back. Lloyd Boy beaten for pace, and then Star System on the outside of him. Red Cat is next, and they were followed on the outside by going around them, making a bit of ground. King of the Stars and ahead of the others, Naisco. Bowles Est a long way back from Red Cat, and Live On was last. On the bend, 4:50 to go, and it's Mistress Anne in front by 3/4 of a length to Blazing Saddles. 2 lengths away in third place, Princess Teleria. Pacific Prince next on the inside. He's still got a big grip on Blazing Saddles, and he's zoomed to the lead. On the outside, Luskin Star coming home at him now, though. Luskin Star tackling Blazing Saddles at the 200, clear of Princess Teleria. Lloyd Boy running on, but Luskin Star had raced past Blazing Saddles in the closing stages, and Luskin Star is going to win, pulling up. Lloyd Boy will get up for second, but a very, very impressive win by Luskin Star is won by 6 lengths. Lloyd Boy...
A long way back, Princess Rada, followed by Live On and Red Cat. Into the straight, 350 to go. Mistress Anna's tackled quickly by Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles had raced to the lead, but here comes Luskin Star. Luskin Star, the Newcastle colt, went the Blazing Saddles in one stride. Lloyd Boy starting to run on well, but Luskin Star shot clear. He's a super colt, all right. He's making an absolute mess of them. Luskin Star careered away, and he's won the slipper by about 5 lengths to Lloyd Boy. Third, Blazing Saddles. Fourth, Princess Talaria. Then Star System Naisco, followed by Princess Rada Bolzes.
I don't think there was a 2-year-old that ever would have beat him at that time. After that, I don't think the horse improved any as a 3-year-old. I think he didn't get any better, you know. He was a matured 2-year-old and probably was at his top then.
Pretty good start too, and Monbijou from the inside was the first out. Blockbuster began well, and so did Family of Man and Great Lover, and Surrounders rushing up on the outside. Family of Man got squeezed up a little bit and dropped back to be about centre field, and boy, they're racing tightly packed as they approach the first turn. The leader, Monbijou, a bit more than a length on Surround. Blockbuster third on the inside of Great Lover, and then Ming Dynasty and 3 Deep is in pursuit. Over on the fence, midfielders, White Tie, Family of Man drifting back into the field now. Second on the inside rail, and Surround is about to let loose now, and she's going up very fast towards the lead. Great Lover's behind them. There's another jockey to lose his cap, the rider of Great Lover. In pursuit is Trapped Out Deep, and then Ming Dynasty, Blockbuster drifting back to be centre field. They were followed further back at that stage by Sir Silver Lad, threading his way between horses. In behind them then came Leonidas with Family of Man, followed by Salamander and Hyatt. But boy, oh boy, will you have a look at them pack up? I reckon about 6 lengths covers the Champion Stakes field, and as they come to the corner, the leader is Monbijou. Family of Man is getting a dream run through the field now. He's pushing between horses. He pratted Surround 3 Deep on the turn. She got cut right out. Ming Dynasty is whipped up on the outside. Surround's gone. It's Ming Dynasty grabbing the lead on top of the rise from Family of Man and Monbijou. Salamander and Sir Silver Lad to the extreme outside are running on strongly. Ming Dynasty and Family of Man are fighting it out. Sir Silver Lad on the extreme outside. Salamander in the centre. Ming Dynasty the leader. Sir Silver Lad is coming home the better though, and the New Zealander got up to win. The New Zealander, Sir Silver Lad, came away to win from Salamander. Third, Ming Dynasty. Fourth, Family of Man. And the distant fifth is Blockbuster, followed by Monbijou. And then hired in pursuit, Great Lover, Leonidas, Surround. Very disappointing second last, and White Tie is last of all. And
race, the Champion Stakes, she got more than she bargained for.
You know, they did deal with her there. They knocked her from one side of the track to the other. And just poor little thing, she came in, honestly, and she was shivering and shaking out. That's how much buffeting she got.
Luskin Star was best to begin from Mondiso and Caddy Naisco. Trapped Deep, Bolzes going through on the fence. It's going to be interesting to see whether Wade wants the lead on Luskin Star. He's got Mondiso a half length behind him on the fence, and as they run down past the 1200, Luskin Star, a half Mondiso, a length Naisco, 3 wide, 1 Caddy, 1 Bolzes, 2 lengths away to Chinese Boxer. Adam Caddy and a couple of lengths to Ben Sindon travelling on its outside Chinese Boxer. Onto the side, and Wade allows the Nova Castrian colt to slip Luskin Star, and he booted away by 4 or 5 lengths on Mondiso, 1 to Bolzes, and then a gap to Naisco. About 2.5 lengths to Caddy, 2 to Ben Sindon, the length to Chinese Boxer. Around the corner, and Luskin Star in full flight, 5 lengths clear of Bolzes. Third, Mondiso, and 2 lengths Naisco and Caddy. Wade is riding confidently on Luskin Star. It's about 3 lengths on Bolzes, who's trying his heart out under the whip. Luskin Star, however, still about 4 lengths on Bolzes. Benson running on, then Caddy, but it is all Luskin Star. Wade riding him hands and heels. Bolzes running all over the place, but Luskin Star untroubled. And on the line, Luskin Star, 2.5 lengths to Bolzes, who wasn't disgraced in second posse. Benson the third, then Caddy, Mondiso, Chinese Boxer, and Naisco last. The winner, Luskin Star, in track record time. Luskin Star is by Hayaroo Star from Promising, a chestnut colt 2, trained by Max Lees at Broadmeadow for Mr. and Mrs. J.R. Balcom, and Messrs. Dean Ninnis and V.E. Barnett. Johnny Wade, the rider. The winner was bred by Mr. and 5 lengths third. The run, 1:21.5, a new Radwick record.
Nearest was slow to move at the start, and so was Monastra, and Desirable Wideout began in a flash. Going straight to the lead, however, is Pacific Ruler and Burwana prominent, with Toy Show and Bold Mayo is up there with them. Tiger Town improving along the fence into a good spot, followed by Toto. They're tightly packed, approaching the 800 metres, and Pacific Ruler went to the lead now by a length or more to Desirable on the outside of Burwana, and Tiger Town is getting a dream run fourth on the inside, followed by Bold Mayo. In that bunch of horses approaching the home corner is Dear John with Toy Show, and then Maybe Mahal, followed by Dalrello, and further back as they come to the corner is Bonfield. In behind them, Manawapoi, followed by Just Ideal, and then Monastra from Apalua, and well back nearest as they turn for home with Gloomy Island Detonator. On the top of the rise now, 350 out, and Desirable coming out after Burwana. They're the two leaders. There's a run between them for Tiger Town if he's good enough, and here comes Manawapoi, and right down the outside is Just Ideal. Manawapoi went to the lead, but Just Ideal is coming out after it. Dalrello wanted to hang in behind them. Just Ideal grabbed the lead in the shadows of the post. He's coming away, Just Ideal. Oh, he hung in badly near the line, flattened Manawapoi, but Just Ideal has won the Doncaster from either Manawapoi or the fast-finishing Dalrello. Dalrello had no luck. Then Maybe Mahal, Detonator, Tiger Town, every possible hope. Then Bonfield, Bawana couldn't run the mile, followed by Nearest, Rangatoto. Then Dear John, Monastra, Bold Mayo, Desirable, Romantic Dream, Future Shock, well back with Rosie Air, Denise's Joy, Toy Show. Then Superior Air, Narwini, Gloomy Island, Pacific Ruler, and Apalua is last in the Doncaster of 77. Racing in the Champagne Stakes, Luskin Star came out running, bobbed a neck in front, but was grabbed immediately by Wade, and Princess Rada and Marceau went through to lead the odds on Pop, and they've got Luskin Star three deep in the early part, and they're fair dinkum cantering. Nobody wants to lead. Bull Zest is pushing between horses, followed by Snow's Royalty, Blessed Event, Heart Balm, and last Ben Sind. Balm. Now they're starting to sprint in earnest at the 600. They've got the power on, and Luskin Star at the moment can't shake off Marceau. Led him about a length. About three to Bull Zest, tracking the two leaders, followed by Princess Rada and Blessed Event as they turn the corner. In the straight past the 400, and Luskin Star the leader. Marceau on the outside is making one heck of a race of it, and Bull Zest about 2 lengths away, starting to wind up, but now Wade let the champ go, and Luskin Star left them standing. Can he run a mile? He'd run 4 miles, Luskin Star. Look at him go. Hands and heels, this magnificent chestnut colt is careering away, and he wins the Champagne Stakes in a breeze by 5 or 6 lengths. Very close for second, Bull Zest or Marceau. Then Snow's Royalty, Ben Sin, followed by Heart Balm and Princess Rada, and Blessed Event is absolute last to finish in the Champagne Stakes of 1977.
Let's see how much buffeting she got.
Different and somewhat arrogant tactics were then employed for the AJC Oaks.
Just pull her right back near last. When you get to half mile, just go right around the lot. And Quinton and all them had turned theirs looking where she was. And by the time they found her, she'd gone past them.
And in the autumn of 77, Reckless, trainer Tommy Woodcock and jockey Pat Trotter began their Cup's rampage with a commando-like raid on the Sydney Cup.
He took all his own food and everything like that.
Tommy flew the horse up the morning of the race, and I worked him at Randwick about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I said to Tommy, I think it's his day today. He was a lazy horse, you know, you always had to make him do something in the race, but I had a very good run in the race, and once we turned the corner, I knew that I had a lot of horse underneath me. He had a very light weight of 49.5, and I knew that I could pick up Golden Black and win, and which he did.
Black raced immediately to the lead, being tackled immediately on the outside by Tara's Regent. Balmerino's waiting for a run between them, and they were followed by Popular Demand and Reckless. Golden Black led coming to the 200. Balmerino's being asked the big question now, but Golden Black's holding him. The Balmerino can't win. Reckless is the danger to Golden Black. Reckless tackling Golden Black. He's off the track, Reckless, but he's headed Golden Black, and Reckless comes away to win by a length to Golden Black. Third, Dimitri. Fourth, Popular Demand.
And she was. By the time they found her, she'd gone past them.
Her final campaign as a 3-year-old was in Brisbane, where she won the Queensland Oaks and the Grand Prix Stakes. Surround raced 4 times as a 4-year-old before injuring a tendon and being retired to stud.
I think it's the best horse I've ever had, and probably the best I've ever likely to get. And, you know, I won a lot of money on her, and, you know, you were very confident those days. You know, when you thought you could win, you just bet accordingly.
Many horses. I've seen horses, I can read the paper about up in the farm, and people say, oh, as good as Surround. Yeah, that's all I ever say. Yeah, as good as Surround. She ran 10 straight, she beat the colts and got in. She's still only filly to 1 Cox Plate. To me, she's always going to be something extra special to me, and oh gee, I loved it. But, you know, all good things come to an end.
Luskin Star's win in the Champagne made him the highest stakes winning 2-year-old ever in Australia.
Well, he's the only horse that's ever won those 3 races at that distance. Only 2-year-old that's ever done it. And then we took him to Brisbane, and he won the size in Brisbane and the Marlborough over a mile and smashed the course record for a mile with 58 in his day. So I don't think there was a 2-year-old that ever would have beat him at that time.
And who will forget the heroism of his win in the Brisbane Cup?
A half-mile to go, Peter Cook passed me, and you know, I thought I was a beaten horse. And then after we straightened up, I just kept at the horse, and he kept giving something. He was a game horse. He got galloped on that day behind, and you know, he got up and beat Narwini that day, and like, that was a real gutsy effort.
My good man swept up and went past them now. My good man got to the lead, but here's Narwini on the outside, and Reckless chiming in with Golden Crown in the centre. Narwini held the lead on the outside. Reckless is out after him. Narwini holding to the lead. Reckless trying to peg him back, and on the inside, my good man on the outside. Reckless got up to win. From Narwini and my good man, what a finish.
Tommy said at that time he'd never seen a horse carry an injury as high as that and continue on. And he was pouring blood when he came back, you know, to the mounting yard. In fact, Tommy didn't wait for anybody or anything, you know, presentations or anything. He and the horse disappeared, gone. He was very concerned about him. And he carried that scar right to his death.
And, of course, there was the Adelaide Cup.
When he arrived in Adelaide, Tommy noticed that he was having a hoof problem, and he had an attack of thrush in the hoof, and he was concerned about it. So he actually managed to win the Adelaide Cup with 3 good legs and 1 a bit doubtful, or 1 good foot, 1 not good foot.
Sydney, Brisbane and Adelaide Cups in the 1 year had never been done before or since. But then, on the first Tuesday